In this project, you will investigate for insight by conducting an experiment on narrator voice preference. Science is curiosity in action. It's a process, a set of steps we follow to test and falsify ideas. Science is not a list of facts or a rhetoric of conclusions. It's a messy, creative, social, and iterative human process that allows us to participate in discovery at the highest levels. Our own scientific literacy increases when we engage in authentic research. Research experiences improve our understanding of scientific practices, our familiarity with how scientists work, our capacity to evaluate the products of inquiry, and our ability to make decisions based on results. Rather than performing exercises that produce known answers, we are able to propose hypotheses, design studies, analyze data, build and evaluate models, interpret results, and communicate findings, all to generate new knowledge and insights. In the area of sound perception, research on voice preference has been expanding, giving the rise of voice assistants, voice user interfaces, and audiobooks. With well-designed experiments, we can explore the impact of loudness and pitch on voice preference, determining whether we prefer voices that sound like our own, and even ask how our voices might affect the way we are perceived by others. In this project, you will investigate for insight by conducting an experiment on narrator voice preference. The goal is to collect speech samples and use audio editing software to evaluate favored voice features. You will have the chance to develop skills in experimental design, sound recording, and editing. The following sound clips and scientific articles listed in the description are meant to provide some inspiration.
Have you ever noticed how many different kinds of good, and I use good in quotes here, how many different kinds of good voice production styles there are? I mean, I'm sure we all have, but it's kind of fun to take a diverse inventory of it, of all these different voice production styles that are considered good. You know, sometimes I think on it, and I think it's a bit rattling sometimes when you listen to podcasts back to back that have totally different approaches to recording and mixing voice. So one podcast might have big, fat, punchy consonants, and then the next one might have that real thin, flat Neumann U87 sound that they have at NPR. Then you've got that real bass heavy, that real low-end heavy, broadcasty kind of FM radio station sound. Then you've got that smooth proximity warmth that I associate with people like Roman Mars. Then you've got Jesse Thorne with Bullseye and that real just simple clarity that he has. And then on to the 40 kilobits per second of Mark Maron. Then you got voice recordings where it sounds like they've scooped out all the mids. And then you've got production that embraces the mids. And sometimes I even like that really just that totally unprocessed, straight out of the microphone sound, just to appreciate its raw qualities. But anyway, we can listen to episodes of Andrew Says, and we can draw our own conclusions about your production preferences and what you think sounds good. But what would you say are the features of a great voice recording? Again, we have all these different standards of good, the thin NPR sound, the big fat FM radio station sound, whatever they're playing on Gimlet. What would you say are the features of a great voice recording? And conversely, are there any voice production styles out there, like accepted voice production styles, that you simply can't stand, and why?
Hi, my name is Luca Netzel. I'm a filmmaker and editor, and today I'll be walking you through the process of completing one of my projects on narration and voice preferences. For this project, I needed to record myself narrating 5 separate passages from a psychology textbook and then pick the one I thought sounded the best. The goal was to place myself in the shoes of a narrator and to think about what kinds of voices and narrators I found enjoyable in things like podcasts, television, and vlogs, and then to go ahead and give it a try myself. For recording, I only used 3 things: my phone, some headphones, and a blanket. Oh, and some peace and quiet too. I made sure to block out any white noise that was present in the area. Anyway, my phone recorded the audio and my headphones provided a mic, so what did the blanket do? The blanket provided a makeshift recording studio, which actually allowed the audio to sound more crisp than with recordings without it. From here, I listened to my recordings and selected my favorite, and then used the program Adobe Audition to analyze the clip and record specific data points from it. I'd never used Adobe Audition before, so this was a perfect opportunity to learn its basics, which I was able to use for this video. In Adobe Audition, I was able to examine the data of the clip, recording specific statistics like section duration and perceived loudness, and record them in a collective Google Sheet. This project taught me the basics of using Adobe Audition and how to improve my voice recording skills, things I was able to use to make this video. It also gave me a new perspective on voice recording and the challenges associated with professions that utilize it, such as narrating and voice acting for TV shows. It really demonstrated the thought and care necessary to fully bring to life a script using just your voice. I hope this video gave you some insight onto the project, and thank you for watching.